Hi everyone. So, welcome for today. We are going to see a lot of interesting facts regarding art and music around the world. So, first question. Everybody knows we all love to hear music and we also love to make music. So, where did this music come from? So, it came from Greek mythology, as we saw earlier. The Muses. Muses is the goddess of art and creative music. She was the one who created that first harp based music, like the one that you can see there. So she was given the credit of having that name carried for many meanings, and this meaning became the word music. Can you tell me what would be the most uh, basic uh, musical note in the world, the basic fundamental musical note that we don't have to any worry about any pitch or tone or anything? There is one basic note that anybody can do with their even their mouth closed. Anybody? Somebody?
Humming.
You can create a harmonic music with your mouth closed. Some of the music, yeah, tell me, Kanna.
Humming.
Yes, humming. What is the first note that you can hum with your mouth closed?
ஒண்ணுமே தெரியாது உனக்கு அப்படியே பேச அப்படியே போட்டேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ.
You can hear the musical note of M. Mm, mm.
பேசுதா?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Bye, sir.
Hello. You can hear the musical note of M, sound. So that becomes the first note that you can make out of any musical instrument. So next fact. So the earliest known music that was ever written was found in 1400 BC. That is around some 2600 years back. So far back in the time. So we had a musical instrument. Someone had created a musical note and they had made this into a inscription. So this is something very unique. If we try to create something, maybe it will be there. If you take your rough note and you write something in your first standard, second standard, third standard. Good morning. First standard, second standard, or third standard. So it will go for all the way until say another 3-4 years, or maybe if you save it for some time, it will go for 30 years or so. But someone was there having that rough note some 2600 years back, and they kept it very safely. Sorry, 3600 years back, and they kept it very safely. So this is there right now, and we can able to see that they have made some musical note with it. So this is the second fact. Third fact. Can anyone tell me what Leonardo da Vinci is very famous for?
What animal?
Leonardo da Vinci? Is this
What for animal?
yeah, that is one thing. He has a very big name for his art. He has done one very famous painting. Anybody can tell. Even the grown-ups can tell. Anybody?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa. Yes, right. He made the famous painting of Mona Lisa, where from anywhere that you can look at that picture, the eyes will follow you. It has an illusion of your eyes being followed everywhere. So he is a very good human being, and he was always in the fact that we should never harm animals, and he always fought for animal rights, and he never even had any non-vegetarian food. So he was always a vegetarian guy. See, some great history we had learned today. Next fact. A research is now going on that when you do something in art side, your brain will automatically create new mathematical and reading abilities. How is that so? See, when I was very little boy, I used to do a lot of puzzles. I used to solve a lot of puzzles. I used to love this Sudoku is a kind of mathematical puzzle that you have to solve in the form of grids. And when I keep solving it for a long time, I used to understand that there is a lot of pattern in it. So numbers, sequence, all this made an ability for me to understand things in sequence. So I right now have the habit of solving puzzles, generated the ability to have lot of creative thinking also. So when you do this, you will do that. So when you have lot of creative thought, you will have also lot of analytical thought, that is thinking thought. So this is the fourth fact. Next, when you have so many things to do, you can also do paper aeroplanes. So what happened was, long time ago, there was a huge war that happened. This was called World War. So there were two world wars, World War I and World War II, and everybody was carrying lot of bombs in the aeroplane and dropping it. But how they were not sure is, they were able to see that aeroplane from the sky, thinking that this aeroplane is crossing our sky, so we have to bomb it in advance. So everybody thought we should come up with a new idea to stop this. So what they did, they designed the aeroplane with the concept of origami. So have you made paper aeroplanes? How many sheets of paper do you need for an aeroplane? Anybody? One sheet of paper. One sheet of square paper is enough to make one aeroplane. But for making a real aeroplane, you do not need one sheet of paper. You need many sheets of metal, aluminium, iron, all these heat resisting metals you have to use. And scientists thought, this is a very big puzzle, what can we do? So what they did, they went to new ideas and they found Japanese method called origami. Origami, you can fold it into multiple shapes with just one single piece of paper. With that in mind, they designed this concept some 30 years back, and they made this kind of one single sheet of metal that created all this super fast supersonic jet. See, this jet can go at a speed of around 3 times faster than the sound. That is called in 780 meters per second. That is the speed at which it can travel. So this is so much speed, so much intricate speed that you can do. So all these things, what they had, they using the creative side of using paper foldings. So all these paper foldings made them to create a unique design that is purely engineering. Now, this is all latest. This is all very quite new. What were the people doing some 1000 years back? What were people doing some 5000 years back? What were people doing even older than that, some thousands and thousands of years back? So we are going to see one by one. First one, we are going to order them in the oldest year. So this is the first known oldest year that we can see. So from 6300 BC. So that it is around somewhere, say, now we are in 2020 AD. So this is 6300 BC. So it is somewhere like 6300 plus 2020. So somewhere around, can you do the math? Can someone tell me what is 6300 plus 2020? Someone, please. Anybody? 6300 plus 2020.
8,320.
Yes, 8320 years back, there is a cave in Bulgaria. It's a new place. I have never heard. I have heard of India. I have heard of some places in Europe. We heard yesterday there is some place in England, some place in America we have heard. We have never heard of Bulgaria. So where is this Bulgaria? So this is Bulgaria. It is in the southernmost point of Europe, north of Mediterranean Sea. So this is a very small country. So this is India. This is so big. This is like how do you say, 10 times bigger than Bulgaria. And there in that country, there is a cave painting which has a lot of drawings of a woman and a male hunting something, people, plants, all these things are drawn there. So first one, see how old it is. Next one, next is Cueva de la Mors. So this is in Argentina. This is another painting where they use their hands to create art. So they'll have that hand impressions. So whenever we go for a holy festival, we'll do this. We'll put our hand in the wall and spray paint or paint all the colors and leave that as a mark for the next year's holy or next year's new celebration or things. So what they did this all around a wall, and they did it in a very beautiful pattern. So each one of them is very different. So one hand is not the same. There are hands of small children, there are hands of older people, everybody's hand is there in this place. But where is this Argentina? Argentina is in South America. So we are in Asia, Argentina is in South America. Some 3,500 kilometers or something is there between us and Argentina. So it is a long way. You have to go through Africa and then jump and then go to Argentina, or from India you have to go to Australia and then go to Argentina. This way you can always go this way or this way. Both sides are equally in same distance. So this is second. Next, Lascaux. So Lascaux is in Somalia. This is again another 1,000 years back. So some 9,000 BC. So somewhere around 10,000 years back this has happened. See, there are a lot of drawings of cows wearing robes, and there are also a lot of animals like giraffe, domesticated dogs. We know that from these drawings, so dogs were living with us for a very, very, very long time. So we love pets. So what we do, we like to keep them very close, and they have made sure that this drawing of their favorite pet animal is there in the wall. So for so long time. So where is Somalia? Somalia is in Africa. Africa is like 100 times bigger than India. So this is entire Africa, and very close to our border, that is on the west side of India, there is Somalia. It's a very, very small country. It's a very a developing country. It's a very distant developing country. So this is the another written drawing from a very old time. Next, we are back in India. So our drawing that we found in Bhimbetka. Bhimbetka is near Bhopal. It is somewhere in the middle of India. So this particular place has drawings of tiger, bison. Bison means bull, a very big bull. Wild boar. It's a kind of wild pig that comes in Lion King. Lion King, Pumbaa is a wild boar. So it's rhinoceros, monkeys, a lot of people having dancing abilities, and all these things are drawn in Bhimbetka. So this we already know. We know where is India. So this is India. So our entire country, on the middle of our country, there is one particular place called Bhopal. Next, Lacoste is yes. Lacoste is in France. So this is again another 10,000 years back. So some 17,000 years ago, we had beautiful drawings of deer, horses, bulls, all these animals. They use charcoal. They use little pieces of charcoal that we can find after burning wood or any other carbon-based material, and they used to draw it on the top of a cave. So these are all beautiful cave drawings. So where is France? We told yesterday. So France is in the middle of Europe. So this is France. So everywhere around the world, people were trying to make a lot of artistic work in their homes. So caves were the first built homes. People did not have bricks and stones and everything to make home. So what they did, they used naturally available resource to go inside cave and do some drawings. Next one is in Brazil, Serra da Capivara. So what they did, they had created a unique drawing on the outside of a big mountain. So all this art is found in the side of this mountain, and they have scenes of hunting. They have all the animals there. They have all beautiful trees there. So all this are drawn here. So Brazil is also like what we saw. It's in the right next to Argentina. It's another country in South America. So next fact is the last one, which is the oldest known drawing in the entire world. This is in Spain. Altamira is a cave, and inside that cave, when you look up, the entire ceiling is covered with beautiful animals. Like it is covered in red paint. They created red paint using red brick. So what they did, they made bricks with red color. They powdered it and they applied it with a coke. How do you say coke? It's like a darkened coal, and they mixed it again with a little bit of eggshell, and they made it into a paint, and they applied it on top of this wall, and the entire place is filled with lot of beautiful things. So you can see a very big bull, red color bull with horns and everything. Some 3,500 years ago they have drawn this. The Spain, it is in Europe. It is right next to France. It's also a very beautiful country. So the next thing, we know that there are many things that people have created. So they have created beautiful drawings, beautiful paintings. We go to school to create a lot of beautiful artwork, and many generations ago, many long time ago, people had that thought to create beautiful cave art. So this cave art became a habit for us, and we started creating so many things. Even now today, what we do, we go to a school. The first 2 years, 3 years, we have art classes. So we go to learn some beautiful hand painting with a brush. All these things we started to learn. So somewhere long time ago, some 35,000 years ago, people have expressed their creativity using art. And slowly we are also adapting that same thing, and so that we will also tell it to our future generation. So that is the thought for today. And any questions you can ask me.
Is singing an art?
Yes, singing is also an art. Why is the question? Sorry. Okay. Where is this Bhimbetka in India?
Bhimbetka is in Bhopal, India.
Okay, Bhopal. Very good. Super. What is that kind of plane that I showed you? What is that made up of? What was the first design made up of? Paper folding.
That for a jet.
Yes, for a jet. They used a technique I told you, with one sheet of paper technique.
Origami.
Yes, origami. Then, okay, I'll ask you very random questions. So, when did you first hear the first music that you can remember? What is the first song that you remember? Anyone? What did you hear? What did you hum? What song was it? It can be any song. For me, my first song that I can remember is my 3rd or 4th birthday. I remember people singing happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. That song was the first song that I could remember. And if I can remember first film song, I could say it was from a movie. So it's a very old movie, so I don't think nobody knows. So it's a movie for a very funny song. Raja Kaya Vecha, that song. So it's a very old song. What about anybody? Somebody has started learning Carnatic songs and musical instruments, right? Yeah, see, some hands are going up. What about what is the first Carnatic song that you heard? Raravenu Gopala Rari Dasharguna. All this song, huh? Sakti Saye Ganapati. Okay. Can someone sing me a verse of it? One verse from that? Anyone? I'll also, if you want, I can also play a flute for you. Can somebody, anybody can sing. This is flute. Everybody's hand is only going up. Anybody, come on, sing. Anybody can sing, no problem. Unmute and sing. I'll go on mute.
सहित गणपतं शङ्करादिसेवितं विरक्त सकल मुनिवर सुरराज विनुत गुरुगुहं भक्तालिपोषकं भवसुतं विनायकं भक्तिमुक्तिपदं भूषिताङ्ग रक्तपदं भुजं भावयामि शक्तिसहित गणपतम्.
Hey, very good. Very good, very good. I'm sorry, I was clapping with the mic muted. Very good. So all this music that you have had this thought, okay, when you have that from a very young age, you can always have happiness all your life. So whenever you are very okay, I love to travel. I have traveled to around 7 countries in this world. So I've been to France, I've been to Italy, I've been to Switzerland, I've been to Germany, I've been to Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines. All these countries I go, what I do, I will go there, listen to what the music they will be hearing. So I have picked up few songs from their life and I will listen to that song so that it knows what is the meaning of that song. So when you have this in thought, you will never be bored. So I can sing one song. It's a Filipino song. So Timolandan hilsayo hawidin makakain tirin makatulo buhay ng iyon kohi kung ako'y muling din ibig sa di namin tulak mo na may pusong bato. And there is a very funny song which a grandmother sings to a young boy. This song is from Malaysia. So Rasa sayang, hey rasa sayang, sayang he, hey dia lona, 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 rasa sayang he, hey rasa sayang, hey rasa sayang, sayang he. You have to have a ukulele to sing, but I don't have a ukulele, so this is my ukulele for now. So all this music that we hear is some form of art. So when we travel for a very, very, very long time, you will have so many musics from around the world. Oh, you want me to play my flute again? Okay. I've forgotten most of these songs which I play in flute. So apart from Carnatic, it is not very easy to remember music. So what I'll do? So I know a basic structure of flute. So flute is all the Carnatics, you know, it's always made of 7 notes. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. So this one particular flute is a G flat. Level 3.5. So what we'll do, I'll just show you simply. So this is closing the first 2 holes become sa. If you open the first hole, it is re. If you open all the holes, it is ga. If you close first 5 holes, it is ma. Sari Gama Pada Nisa. Forward and reverse. So this is one of, thank you. So this is one of the art forms which I learned for my pastime. When I was somewhere around say 17 or 18 years old, I started to explore this. So just for 1 year I went to class. I told you, remember I told you, I went to music class to learn music. So my sir learnt computer from me, so I stopped going to the class. So that's how I started learning this. So any other questions? So can anyone tell me if they play any instruments? Have anyone got interest in instruments? Okay, what instrument? Any one time. Which instrument? Thank you. Violin? Piano, very good. I tried learning piano.
Piano, Veena,
Oh.
and guitar.
Oh. I wanted to learn guitar. I have a very old guitar, but it is still lying somewhere. I don't know where I am going to use it. Anybody else? Who else can tell me what they have learned? Keyboard. Okay, very good.
Now I'm not practicing, sir. I have learned guitar.
Very, very good. But you should try going back to learning it. So it will be helpful for you. When you say I used to travel a lot before, whenever I get bored, I put my flute in my bag and I will go. If somewhere I get very, very bored, very, very alone, I will start playing my flute. So some places I have been to a top of a mountain in a place in nearby Malaysia. There is a place called Penang Hill, where the music I started creating was purely from a bamboo flute. So it echoed all the way across the mountain. It was a very lonely place, but the music echoed from more than 3-4 mountains across that place. So it's a beautiful experience. Early morning around 7:30 or 8 I went there. It's not early morning, so somewhere around 7:30 or 8 I went there. So I think it's more than enough for one day. So thank you. So Shilpa ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhi. It was a wonderful flute. We heard a wonderful music.
Thank you.
It's very pleasant to hear it.
I hope I make justice to my flute by learning it again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhi. Children, who are all there in the storytelling, please stay back. And who are not there in the storytelling can leave the session. Okay. Uma ma'am, it's over to you.